Hello, welcome to my channel. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'll be your host today, Miss Nora. Feel free to like and subscribe if you enjoy this content. Please share your thoughts and opinions with me in the comment section below. Today we will be exploring a Reddit post and seeing where it takes us. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Today's Reddit story is from r/relationship advice by Direct Caterpillar 77, who writes, "Am I wrong for questioning my whole relationship after I found out my 27 female boyfriend, 30 male, was pocketing my rent money? We've been together 5 years. We've lived on a property my boyfriend's dad is renting. His mom and dad live in one house on the property and we live on the other. When we moved in, he told us the rent was $1,600 for the house, so $800 each for my boyfriend and I. A steal, I know. However, I just found out that my boyfriend and his dad came to an agreement at the start of the lease last spring that his dad, would pay our rent in full and that the money I pay for my boyfriend for rent, to I had presumed passed along to his dad for rent, my boyfriend could keep. He said they wanted to help him out by paying his rent and his car while he lived here with them, so this is how they thought to do it. I immediately felt betrayed for not being involved in knowing about this, but I also felt like it's a bit unethical because I wasn't aware of where my rent money was going. I had been suspicious for a while, but I finally had the courage to ask. He admitted it and my stomach sank. His first reaction was to be mad at me for being upset about it. His point of view is that they didn't tell me because it's not my business since I'm paying rent regardless. Therefore, if his dad wants to give him $800 a month for his car and also pay his rent to help him, this is a less roundabout way of doing it. He just keeps the $800 I'm sending for rent. He said in essence, it isn't my money since it's rent money, so I shouldn't care where it ends up. He also said his dad asked him to keep it between him and his parents, so he was put in a weird position. I can see how this logically makes sense, but I can't help but feel like I've been paying him $800 a month to keep without my knowledge. I'm not upset about his parents helping him, that is between them, and I don't want to have my rent covered either. I'm grateful for the cheap rent and believe I should be paying rent. It's just the dishonesty and the fact that he just transferred my rent money into his bank account without telling me for a year that feels so wrong to me. We split everything else equally like groceries, utilities, and internet, except the occasional date night where he pays. I'm close with his family and frequently have them over for dinner, so it hurts that they all know something I didn't. I have a full-time job and a side job. My boyfriend is self-employed but doesn't make too much from that. I don't typically mind, but I would like us to be more open with each other about finances. I don't know how to move forward from this even though I want to be understanding and kind to him because he says it's a nuanced situation and that I should know he isn't the type of person to steal from me. He's apologized for the dishonesty, but still doesn't see the issue. The relationship hasn't been perfect, but it has been worth staying for 5 years. I just don't know how to get rid of this gut feeling that this situation doesn't sit right with me. Plus, rent was due yesterday and I haven't paid him yet. Is this grounds for a breakup or can we work through it? If so, how? Or is it truly none of my business? Any advice is so appreciated. If I am understanding this correctly, you are paying your boyfriend $800 to live in a house his parents are paying for? This is completely fine if this is the dynamic that you want, but for your boyfriend to not be upfront and honest about it means that he is comfortable in not sharing information with you that concerns you and directly impacts you. It is highly unlikely that this is the only circumstance where he is being dishonest with you. It is also concerning that your boyfriend is dishonest with you and that his family is complicit. This is not a one-time event. This is a life strategy that will be used whenever it is deemed useful. It is very likely that you will find that your boyfriend has been dishonest with you regarding other things in the past, and it is highly likely that he will be dishonest with you in the future. I also don't understand how you are splitting bills with your boyfriend when you give him what you have described as all of his money. Aren't you just giving him the money that he uses to cover his expenses? Therefore, you are covering all of the household expenses and letting your boyfriend keep whatever is left over. And sometimes he spends what is left over on a date night for the two of you. It seems apparent that your boyfriend is ashamed of his financial situation and is therefore secretive about it. You sound like you work hard for your money. which would lead me to believe that you are proud of your financial situation and therefore you are willing to be open and honest about it. This would make sense. Why wouldn't you want to be open about something that you are proud of? But if your boyfriend is not earning an income and only taking money from his girlfriend and parents, what does he have to be proud of? Why would he want to be open and honest about his shame? This is not typical of human nature, so I don't understand your expectation that he would want to share his shame with you. It makes more sense to me that your boyfriend is acting like he is okay with you and his parents giving him money. In most cultures, grown men take pride in their achievement of earning money. This means that your boyfriend does not possess this pride and does not feel accomplished in this manner. Being a grown adult taking handouts from your parents and your partner is shameful, and it would be understandable that your boyfriend is ashamed of his inability to earn his own living. Due to this shame and lack of self-fulfillment, he would most likely hide behind dishonesty and apathy because he does in fact care and feels bad about himself. More than likely, your boyfriend is not only lying to you about where he gets his money, where your rent money is going, but also how he feels about himself. You are not in an open and honest relationship, and your boyfriend is not forthcoming with you. OP shares a second related story where she writes, "My 30 male boyfriend says I, 27 female, prioritize work too much, but he's basically unemployed. Is this just a difference in values or a deal breaker? I've been with my boyfriend for 6 years now. He's a content creator and posts 2 to 3 times a year when certain products are released. I have a 9-to-5 job that is in my passion. I work from home about 35 hours a week, 40 on a hard week, and I have a side job related to my full-time job that takes about 10 to 15 hours a month. I love my job, although it can be stressful at times, but it's ultimately what I want to be doing, and I really don't think I overwork or prioritize it more than other things. I've always been super open about finances, but my boyfriend has not, which I respected and didn't push after some unpleasant conversation about finances. I thought as long as he had it together, I was okay with it. I recently found out that he is getting help from his parents on rent and his car payment, so I'm the only one paying for rent essentially. And he hasn't made a livable wage from his content creation since around COVID, which is why he needs the help. When he isn't making content, which he makes content about 3 weeks out of the year, he's doing whatever he wants all day long. We've been living together for 2 years now, and it's frustrating that he hasn't tried to find another source of income and is okay just taking help from his parents. He's not a 9-to-5 type of person, and that's okay, but I would like him to do something. We were arguing recently over the financial situation, and he told me that my job is taking away from my ability to be 100% present in our relationship, and that it doesn't benefit him at all. He thinks the time I spend working and then the carryover after work, whether it's stress or tiredness, is affecting us negatively. He also said he doesn't benefit from me having this job. I disagree since I'm the only one actually affording rent and our split household costs like groceries. He also said that if my focus was 100% on our household, then our house, between both of us, would be spotless. I'll admit I'm messier, occasionally leaving my coffee mug and breakfast dishes in the sink until after work, or not getting a chance to clean the litter box during the workday. I also have ADHD, so I will let laundry pile up and my office get cluttered, but I'm working on it and always make sure our common area is tidy. I think this is normal, but he sees it as a lack of investment on my part. For the record, no, he doesn't do more of the housework than me other than vacuuming the house 1 to 2 times a day. But dishes, bathrooms, everything else we split. I do most of the cooking too. He basically told me that he doesn't regret not having had a job for the past 2 years because we were able to spend a lot of time together and that I'm ungrateful for not seeing the things he does for me, like make me the occasional breakfast or coffee during work. I am grateful for these moments, but in my opinion, now is when we should be working to build a life together, which involves financial contribution from both parties. I honestly would have preferred less time together the past 2 years if it meant we could talk about marriage, buying a house, having kids in a realistic way now. Given that I'm supporting myself on about $60,000 a year and he isn't contributing anything else scares me. He said he never wants to be the person that work takes them away from their family or who prioritizes work over their family. He's raised the concern that if we had kids, I'd be distracted by my job. I had working parents growing up, and it just makes sense to me that I'd be able to have both without being villainized. His belittlement of my job is hurtful because he knows it's my dream job and a super competitive field, so I care about it. But I also do prioritize our home the rest of the time. I feel like he doesn't understand since he's never had a normal job. He's been working on creating an app that he says can bring us a lot of money in the future, and he's upset that I'm not being super supportive of it. Honestly, I am supportive and am happy he's so invested in this project, but I want him to find a steadier source of income first. Is this just a difference in values that we can work through, or does it sound like a deal breaker? Edit to add. I forgot an important detail. He said he had to work on his mental health for the past few years, which is why he didn't seek a job sooner as well. This made me feel bad because I am empathetic to his mental health struggles, but he never shared this with me. So from my point of view, it looks like a lack of care or effort. OP, I feel like you have the perspective that your boyfriend is completely fine and perfect, but his actions and his words belie the fact that he is not. You seem to be struggling to reconcile your boyfriend's words and actions with reality, and this would be understandable, as his words and actions are not realistic. If you are the only source of income in your relationship, how are the two of you supposed to survive if you don't earn an income? Is his intentions for his parents to completely fund your and his life? He says that he doesn't want to be taken away from his family by a job. Well, who does? People work in jobs and careers that they hate every single day for years or decades on end so that their families have a roof over their heads, clothes on their backs, and food in their stomachs. This is how the world works. Your boyfriend sounds like a man-child throwing a temper tantrum because the world doesn't work the way that he wants it to. This would make sense given how his parents enable him. Your boyfriend says he is working on an app that will make him rich. This is a fantasy until proven real. What has your boyfriend done to earn your faith in his ability to achieve this? Did he earn your faith when his parents paid his rent and his car payment? Did he earn your faith when you paid him $800 a month? Did he earn your faith when he hasn't had a steady income in years? Did he earn your faith when he didn't get a job to contribute to your household? As they say, a person is only as good as the last thing that they did. What is the last thing that your boyfriend did? What are you putting your faith into? If I am understanding you, you are the only one in your household that has a job. You're the only one paying the household expenses. You are giving your boyfriend an allowance, and you do about 50% of the household chores. Your boyfriend sounds like a kept man, and a dishonest and immature one at that. To be honest, it sounds like your boyfriend is deeply unhappy with himself, and as he does not have the inclination to get up and do what he must do to feel accomplished and fulfilled, he merely wants to tell you to change as if that is somehow going to make him feel better about himself. Perhaps if you tear yourself down low enough, he can feel better than you, and therefore better about himself. Unfortunately, this method does not work. You giving up your passion will not make him feel fulfilled. You giving up what you love will not make him feel accomplished. There is nothing you can do that will build his self-worth. He must invest the effort to do that for himself. This is just how the world works. It's how human beings are built. Fundamentally, your boyfriend is a freeloader that does not take responsibility or accountability for his actions. Marrying him, buying a house with him, and having children with him will not change this. If you have children with him, he will not contribute or take on any portion of the workload. He currently does not take on any portion of the workload, and this will not change. Practice makes perfect. People don't develop a coping mechanism and then when times get hard, throw out their entire coping mechanism for some mechanism they have no experience with. They lean harder into the behavior that they already know and are comfortable with. Your boyfriend is not going to magically become someone else just because you marry him or buy a house with him or have children. He will be the same person that he is showing himself to be. It sounds like your boyfriend is very unhappy with his life and he does not take responsibility for himself or accountability for the life that he has built for himself. He is putting all the blame and pressure on you to fix it. The fact that he doesn't have a job and earn money is not his problem or his fault. The problem is that you have a job and aren't around enough. The fact that he feels pathetic for having to take his girlfriend's money because he can't afford his own car or home, well, he doesn't, and it's not a big deal anyways because you are going to pay that money regardless. Girl, you have found yourself a man-child sperm donor for all the children that you want to have, but he isn't going to be much more than a sperm donor and another dependent for you to take care of. If you marry him and have children with him, you'd better hope that his parents don't get tired of supporting his freeloading self. More importantly though, OP, what are your values? Why do you feel that you have to let us know that you do most of the chores around your home? Do you feel that it's the woman's responsibility to do all the household chores? I would expect that if he only works 3 weeks out of the year, that he would do most of the household chores while you're also paying him $800 a month that he is lying to you about. You don't seem to respect his work ethic or lack thereof. You don't seem to appreciate that he lies to you. You don't feel that his goals are aligned with yours. You say you want marriage and children and that he wants time together. Is your goal to be with him or just to have someone you can call a husband and the father of your children? Update. I'm moving out. I got approved for an apartment this weekend and I'm excited to have the space to gain my own perspective and clarity. We're staying together for now and we'll see how it goes when I move out. I think he's seeing it as an opportunity for me to regret moving out and come back to him, but I want it to be an opportunity for him to get his life together and build a life with me. I'm aware it's unlikely things work out how I'm hoping, but I think whether we break up or stay together, moving out is my best next step. Thank you to everyone who gave advice and validated how I was feeling. It's a weird situation, and after a lot of therapy and thinking, I'm okay with the fact that I don't have to keep playing a game with rules I don't understand. Edit to add that we'd only lived in the house for about a year when I found out about the rent. We haven't lived here together the whole 5 years of the relationship. Congratulations, OP, on moving forward. I am happy for you that you're excited about your move. I hope that you and your boyfriend grow to be more compatible with each other. Best of luck to both of you. Today's joke of the day is by Maxima Shedroom. Why is a bread shop so difficult to keep running? You need to raise a lot of dough. That's definitely true. Thank you, Maxima Shedroom. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you next time. I'm Miss Nora. Have a good day.